millions of years ago, Earth was a peaceful planet. But then, the Old Ones came. They warred against each other for millennia. Those who survived went into hiding, sleeping, waiting to return and reclaim the Earth. Primitive man has mistaken these creatures as gods and worshipped them. Using modern science, we now know they are all around us. Keeping the cultists at bay takes a very special group of dedicated people. People like Professor McTavish of Miskatonic University, who works tirelessly to fight the threat of the Old Ones.
Hello, Professor McTavish.
Hello, Billy.
What you doing?
Well, I'm just translating some equations here in the Necronomicon.
Necronomicon? What's the book?
Well, it's sort of a portal.
A portal? A portal to where?
Well, if things are bad, then this is a portal to making things worse. It's a passageway to elder things, old ones, and creatures like deep ones or shuggoths.
And what if I see one of these shuggoths?
You're sure to ask a lot of questions there, Billy.
If a shuggoth should appear, duck your head and cover your face. Don't look at it. Looking at a shuggoth results in insanity and death. It can appear at any time. Duck and cover. But chances are, if you have seen it, you're already dead. Running doesn't help. But if it makes you feel better in your last fleeting moments as you hang on to the unraveling threads of reality, go for it. You may be running in a deluded madness. If radio stations are operational, government officials will give emergency instructions at 6:40 and 12:40 on the AM dial. If you are in a situation like little Susie here, chances are you will never make it to that radio. Shuggoths may look like slow amorphous blobs, but boy can they move. Run, little Susie, run! Oh well, maybe next time. But what do shuggoths do to you after they catch you? Let's just say, shuggoths are curious creatures with an appetite for experimentation. We don't know much, but here's what we do know. Your brain will melt. Your eyes will catch fire. Locusts will fly from your nostrils. Your body will go through some changes. In the end, you'll wish you could scream, but you'll have no mouth to do so.
How do we know so much about shuggoths?
Well, a man named Professor Danforth once saw a shuggoth.
And he lived?
If you can call it living. He suffers from a fevered catalepsy, but he does scream horrible things when he sleeps.
Gee, Professor, then how can we stop the old ones?
Well, Billy, we can't stop the old ones, but we can stop the cultists.
The cultists? Who are they?
The cultists are people dedicated to expediting the old ones' horrific return, ushering in a new age of insanity, death, and the enslavement of mankind.
But why do people want to be cultists?
Well, have you ever seen a model ship and had an urge to just smash it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the part in you that wants to be a cultist.
Golly, Professor.
We need those urges, Billy, so that we can get married and have unfulfilling jobs.
Here is a density map of known cultist activity. But what of the unknown cultist activity? Most government officials know that we don't know more than we know. In the past 5 decades, cultist operations have been on the rise. At this current rate, it is projected that we will be overwhelmed by evil in the year 1987. If cultists walk among us, what do they look like, and how can you recognize a cultist when you see one? Robes and strange medallions are an easy giveaway that you are dealing with a cultist. If you see someone dressed like this, you are in danger of being sacrificed to Shub-Niggurath, the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young. But oftentimes, their attire is not so obvious. So, how do you recognize a cultist? Here are some subtle warning signs. Obsessive talking about sacrificial daggers. A cult membership card. They are developing the Innsmouth look and are growing gills on their neck. Depending on their affiliation, cultists will adhere to strict grooming policies. Brothers of the Yellow Sign worship Hastur and have a goatee. Members of the Chorazos cult worship Yog-Sothoth and have a full beard. Followers of Nyarlathotep in the Church of the Starry Wisdom have mustaches. Worshippers in the Order of Dagon don't have any facial hair. And cultists who follow Cthulhu, they have no grooming policies. Cultists practice their rituals while all good citizens are fast asleep, so be alert of people with reddened and bloodshot eyes. With this loss of sleep, cultists tend to engage in excessive yawning. Just like witches throughout history, cultists like cats, but some cultists are dog cultists. And because it looks like blood, cultists love ketchup.
A cultist could be anyone. A barber, a secretary, or a certified public accountant.
Gee willikers, could even my teacher be a cultist?
Especially your teacher, Billy.
If you see a cultist, act normal. Don't let them know you know. Politely excuse yourself and inform the proper authorities. Divisions of the military are trained with anti-cult tactics.
If you see a cultist, Billy, tell someone.
But what if they are a cultist?
What do you mean, Billy?
You said anyone could be a cultist.
Well, then tell a policeman.
A policeman is anyone. A policeman could be a cultist.
Well, then tell your parents.
But what if I think it is my parents who are the cultists?
You know, Billy, it's that kind of paranoia that's gonna keep you alive.